Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm Elizabeth and today's video is going to be all about apples and specifically apple puree. There has actually been studies showing that cooked apples are really good for your gut health. And that's because apples contain pectin, a type of fibre that acts as a prebiotic. And when apples are cooked, they release even more pectin. And to put it simply, when we eat the cooked apples, we stimulate the growth of healthy bacteria in our guts. I will pop some links down below so you can have a look a bit more about gut health and the benefits of eating stewed apple or apple puree. And one thing to remember, make sure you leave the skins on. There's all the fibre in the skins, and yeah, you're going to be getting so much more goodness if you keep the skins on. Try and get organic apples, or if you've got your own tree, that's even better. If you buy not organic or not bio, then make sure you wash them really well. Our apples we actually found from an old apple orchard in just outside of Berlin. So if anyone's interested where we got them from, just write me a message below and I'll let you know the place to go and pick apples from. So for your apple puree or your stewed apple, all you're going to need is some apples. I've got about a kilo here, obviously whole. You can use as many as you like. I normally do a little bit more and then I can keep it in the fridge for the whole week. So I've got about a kilo of apples, a teaspoon of cinnamon, and I've got about a teaspoon of vanilla essence. If you have a vanilla pod, vanilla extract, you can use that as well. The vanilla gives it a really nice flavour. You don't really need sugar if you're just using ordinary sweet apples. They're sweet enough, so I wouldn't add any sweetener. Obviously you can leave that to the end and then add it in when you eat it if you need it. So you want to start off with your apples, make sure you've washed them, and you want to cut them up into bite-sized pieces, and obviously cutting out the core. So just a little tip, what I normally do is just chop all the apples first into quarters and take out the insides, the pips, and then chop it up, because the more chopped up it is, it starts to go brown. Also, you could, if you're quite slow at chopping, you can also put a little bit of lemon juice over the apples. That will stop them from going brown. I'm just going to cut mine into rough chunks. So the apples are in the pan and also the water is in there. There you can see it. It's about between 1/3 and 1/2 up to the apples. You don't want too much water, but enough. And then you can just pop in your vanilla essence and a teaspoon of cinnamon. And we're going to put that on to boil. I normally cook mine for 10 to 15 minutes. So the apple's boiling up now. I'm just going to give it a little stir and turn it right down so it's simmering. So the apples boiled up and we simmered them for like 10 minutes until your apples are soft. You can see they're really soft. And it's got like a shine on in the liquid. I don't know if you can see that. And that's the pectin coming out from the apples. Now obviously you can eat your apples like this. I'm going to puree my apples. I'm going to use my blender. So if you have a hand blender, you can just do it in the pan. Oops. So guys, if you do use a glass or even a plastic blender, the sauce is really hot. So once you take it out, don't go putting this in cold water, otherwise you'll have a broken blender. So you can just leave the lid on and then wash it later once it's cooled down. So once all of your apples are inside, you can just blend them up until it's a soft, smooth puree. So you can see now you've got like this smooth puree. You can have a look. And very shiny, like a thick sauce. And the best bit, you cannot see any apple peels and you don't taste them either. So that's a really good way to do it. So your apple puree, you can put it actually in jars and then keep it in the fridge for several days. You can have that'd be like a week's supply here. Now, I like to serve mine with a dollop of vanilla vegan yogurt. This is Alpro. You can also get supermarkets have their own make. And I also like to put some crushed flax seeds. There's loads of things you can do with apple puree. You can eat it on its own just like this. You can have it as a snack, as a dessert. You can add dried fruits to it. You can also have it, it's a great topping for pancakes, it's really yummy. And also I use applesauce a lot in baking, but the best way, especially if you want it for your gut health, is to have a small bowl every day, even twice a day, of apple puree or applesauce. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, enjoyed cooking with me, and I hope you found some of the information useful to you. If you did, make sure you share the video with your friends and family, subscribe, hit on the like button, and hopefully I will see you in my next video. Bye for now, guys.